I thought I would start Mark's Tag. First question is something to the effect of, if you got a chance to see one of these dead broads in concert, or whatever it is, Joan Rivers or Anna Russell, and I'm probably one of the few people listening to Mark's Tag who knows who Anna Russell was, which would you choose? Yep, must be that's loudmouth over there. I will probably choose Joan Rivers. I think, come here buddy, get out of the road. I think Anna Russell was funny, but she's rather highbrow. And I'm not always in the mood to be highbrow. I'm more in the mood to be gutter and trashy and street, and that was Joan. So I'll choose Joan Rivers. Next question. Let me think. What was it? Oh, do you hunt and peck, or do you know how to type? I've never had a typing class that wasn't mandatory when I was in high school. You could choose to take it, but it wasn't mandatory. But I do pretty good. I'm actually pretty good, and there are times when I can type with both hands without looking at the keyboard, and I hit the right keys. And there are other times when I have to slow down or look every once in a while. And it will also depend on the keyboard, the size of the keyboard and all that. Whether it's my smartphone or my laptop. I believe it's been so long since I've had a laptop. Said in a Mark type voice. I believe I touch typed on my laptop, but I hunt and peck more on my smartphone. And that's because the keyboard is so much smaller, and I only use one index finger to type on it. Okay, I believe there was another question about cursive in schools. Look at all their tulips about ready to bloom. Cursive in schools. I think this was one of his questions. Are you shocked or upset or dismayed or suicidal that they don't teach cursive in school? I think it's sad. I think it is one thing that we'll regret one day, I think. Because what happens if there's a power outage or, something happens that we regress as a society and go back to not using as much electricity and stuff like that. They won't know how to write by hand. I suppose they're teaching printing. I don't know. I think it's sad. But what can you do? It's the progress and the wave of the future, I guess. I'm just glad that I know how. Okay, let me go look at his other questions. He's watching the construction over there, I guess, or destruction as the case may be. I actually remembered all the questions but one. I think there's only one more question, and the last one was some scenario about would you rather be tortured by being force-fed Sprite and Cola while watching a Wagner opera or Gilbert and Sullivan? Neither one appeals to me, but I think I would choose Gilbert and Sullivan over Wagner, I think. Simply because it would probably be more fun to have a few laughs while you're sitting there than just listening to the gorgeous music and getting bored out of your mind, eventually. Have you ever seen Sybil, by the way, Mark? I mean, there's a scene out of Sybil, the TV miniseries with Sally Field, about the woman with the multiple personalities, where her mother, her abusive mother, ties her to a piano. Well, first she gives her an enema, I think, and then ties her to the grand piano while she pounds away. I forget what it is, something like March Slav or something, and commands Sybil to hold her water while she pounds away on the piano. It was kind of reminiscent of that scenario, so I'm sure I'm glad I'm not one of Mark's children. Also, going back to the cursive question, I think I saw a study of some kind or something that said that something is activated in people's minds when they manually write that isn't activated or utilized, or however you want to say it, when you type on a keyboard. So I think that is something that we might rue to regret eventually. If handwriting goes the way of the passenger pigeon, whatever that is that gets activated in our brains when we manually write won't be activated anymore. Anyway, I think those are all of Mark's questions, whether that be good or bad, you know. Maybe it'll be a good thing that thing's not activated anymore. I don't know. Looks like some rain's coming, maybe. Sure is cold today. I'm happy, though, that tonight the Bulls play the Bucks again, and hopefully they'll put them away this time, and we'll go on to play LeBron in Cleveland. But I'm looking forward to the game regardless. And I'm also happy that today gets over with, because this is like the last cold day in the forecast. After today, it's supposed to be more normal temperatures in the 60s and 70s and stuff, with thunderstorms. I love this apartment house. Aren't those cool windows for a living room window with the fan light above it? I just think that's such a neat two-flat. Anyway, hey, speaking of Mark, what kind of a tree is this? There's two on my block, and this is one of them. I can't see my screen because the sun is on it, so I hope I'm focusing in on the right thing. But what is this thing with the corkscrew? I can't even see where my finger's pointing. With the corkscrew branches? I used to think that those were called monkey puzzle trees. But then I looked up monkey puzzle tree, and that's not the picture on Google. I like these things, and I would like to know what they're called. They're very ornamental with twisty-turny branches. Okay, see y'all later. Bye.